Welcome back, sinners. Today we're talking about Death Stranding, a game that asks the age-old question, what if delivering Amazon packages could save humanity? Kojima's post-Konami brainchild is weird, brilliant, and yes, very, very lonely. People say it's a walking simulator. I beg to disagree. It's a grief delivery simulator with ghosts, piss grenades, and Norman Reedus desperately trying not to fall down a hill. So yeah, let's dig into this review and let's see, shall we?
Once there was an explosion, a bang which gave birth to time and space. Once there was an explosion, a bang which set a planet spinning in that space. Once there was an explosion, a bang which gave rise to life as we know it. And then came the next explosion.
Sam Porter Bridges isn't just a courier, he's a repatriate. That means when he dies, he doesn't stay dead. He drifts through the space between life and oblivion and comes back again and again. It's not a superpower, it's a curse, because no matter how many times he returns, he still can't escape the isolation, the trauma, or the ghosts, literal and otherwise, that follow him.
Once there was an explosion, a bang which gave rise to life as we know it. And then came the next explosion. An explosion that will be our last.
Sam doesn't just walk alone, he lives alone. Not because he wants to, but because he's terrified to connect. He suffers from aphantasmophobia, the fear of being touched. It's not just a quirk, it's the physical manifestation of a man broken by loss, abandonment, and betrayal. Every step he takes across that empty world is a battle, not just against the terrain or the BTs, but against himself. Because how do you rebuild a world that depends on connection when you can't even let someone hold your hand? So here's the setup. The world has ended, death has evolved, and now people live underground like shy mole people, terrified of the rain because it literally ages you to death. Welcome to America. This is Death Stranding, a story that's dense, philosophical, and unapologetically Kojima. We're talking about a man who put a baby in a jar and somehow made you cry over it. That's talent or madness, probably both. At its core, Death Stranding is about isolation, connection, extinction, and grief. It asks what happens to humanity when we lose the one thing that keeps us whole, each other. And instead of preaching that message, it makes you live it. Step by step, delivery by delivery, you feel the loneliness, the emptiness, and the rare flickering moments of hope when someone builds a bridge or leaves you a ladder. And yes, let's talk about BB. This little bridge baby you carry around, MVP. I take a bullet for him. I have, multiple times. He's not just a mechanic, he's your emotional anchor, a tiny, twitchy reminder that there's still something worth protecting. If the road had a baby with FedEx and then Hideo Kojima raised it on a strict diet of metaphysical dread and energy drinks, yeah, you'd get this. Is Death Stranding a walking simulator? Yeah, but it's the most stressful, high-stakes walking you'll ever do. This isn't just hold W and go. It's you versus the planet with 200 pounds of trauma on your back. Terrain isn't just scenery, it's the enemy. You've got to manage weight, cargo placement, balance, stamina, your boots condition, even your posture. And if you mess up, say goodbye to your packages and possibly your will to live. But walking's only the beginning. There is combat eventually. You'll face scavengers called mules who are obsessed with stealing packages like cracked out UPS workers, and when that fails, they try to tase you into the dirt. You can punch, tackle, throw things like grenades made from your own blood, sweat, and piss. No, really, that is a mechanic, because Kojima. Then there's the BTs, ghost-like horrors floating in tar, dragging you into nightmare boss arenas. One minute, you're hiking peacefully. The next, a giant whale made of oil is trying to eat your soul. Boss fights swing between atmospheric brilliance and unfiltered fever dreams. Sometimes you're throwing a blood grenade into a creature from hell. Other times, you're fighting off terrorists or mules trying to either steal your packages or kill you and cause a void out. Imagine a game where you deliver vital supplies up a mountain while being hunted by ghost tar monsters, rogue delivery men, and your own decaying boots. Death Stranding is visually stunning, melancholy, realistically surreal. The world feels empty, but it's an intentional emptiness. There's no clutter, no noise, just silence, rain, and ruin. This isn't a post-apocalypse full of chaos. It's one frozen in sorrows. It's not about what's there. It's about what's missing. The absence of life speaks louder than any dialogue. And then there's the timefall, rain that ages whatever it touches. It's a brilliant mechanic and an even better metaphor, because in this world, even the weather reminds you how fragile everything is. It's like hiking through a dream and a funeral at the same time. Even the HUD respects the quiet, the minimalist, clean. It lets the world breathe. It lets the silence weigh on you. Few games make loneliness feel this heavy or this beautiful. Norman Reedus as Sam Porter Bridges is stoic. He doesn't say much, but every grunt, every tired sigh, every haunted stare, it's believable. You don't need monologue when your face already says, "I've seen too much." And then there's Mads Mikkelsen, the soul of the game. He steals every scene he's in without raising his voice. He plays a father, a soldier, a memory, and somehow all of them at once. Leia Sado gives Fragile depth and dignity, wounded but still strong. Her pain doesn't scream, it settles. Troy Baker plays Higgs, like Kojima handed him a villain role and said, "Go completely unhinged," and he did. He's charming, terrifying, and so over the top it works. Death Stranding is a slow burn, and I mean slow. You'll spend the first few hours wondering if this is all the game is, and then somewhere along the line, it clicks, and suddenly you're addicted. The online system, genius. You never see other players, but their impact is everywhere. A ladder when you need it, a bridge across a nightmare, a highway that wasn't there yesterday. The world changes because of other people. You help them, they help you. It's subtle, but powerful. Connection. Get it? So, should you play Death Stranding? Yes, if you're looking for something truly different, if you want a game that makes you feel the weight of every step, a game about grief, connection, silence, and survival, something that lingers long after the credits roll. No, if you're chasing fast action, traditional combat, or instant gratification. This is not that kind of journey. It demands patience, and in return, it gives you something rare, a story you live more than you play. My verdict? 9 out of 10, delivering pain, beauty, and philosophy, one footstep at a time. That's it for today. Death Stranding is not just a game, it's an experience, one you carry with you, just like the weight on Sam's back, or the baby in your chest jar. Until next time, walk carefully and maybe don't pee on the ghost tar.